Cruelty to animals is a crime here. A man was jailed for 10 weeks after he pleaded guilty to killing a cat by swinging it against a wall twice. On January the 1st, a woman had witnessed odd job labourer Zamzam Ismail smash a cat against the wall near block 269, Bukit Batok East Avenue 4, before throwing it away. Zamzam could have been jailed up to 5 years and/or fined for mischief. In Singapore, under the Animals and Birds Act, anyone who is found guilty of such an offence, including abandonment of any animal, can be imprisoned for up to 12 months, fined up to $10,000, or both. The SPCA investigated 864 reports of alleged cruelty to animals last year, which is a 13% increase compared to the number of reports in 2008.
Well, I think our figures have gone up. I mean, compared to, say, 20 years ago when we used to get like maybe 25 complaints a month. Now it's 70 to 80, but I think that's also, a lot of it is due to increased awareness. I think there's a lot of individual voices speaking up, and there's other animal welfare groups, and I think this has all contributed towards there being more reports of animal abuse. So it's not all bad. But having said that, there shouldn't be, we wished that it didn't exist. But unfortunately, I think that's human nature. Whether it's abusing a stray or whether it's abusing one's pet, whether it's through neglect or deliberate abuse of a pet, it still goes on, and it's our duty to investigate when we get a report.
Deirdre also added that cases of abuse are rarely solved because of the lack of witnesses or evidence. Cases of abuse which warrant enforcement action, like the ones we are about to feature, have also increased. The SPCA refers such cases to the Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority in Singapore. The AVA receives 350 cases each year, but it can only prosecute an offender when there is sufficient evidence and there are witnesses willing to testify in court. As such, the authority has only been able to successfully prosecute 2 cases and fine 5 other offenders in the last 3 years.
In the last 1 or 2 years, we've had, very disturbing cases happening in relation to stray cats. The most prominent one being the Bayshore poisoning of more than 20 cats at Bayshore, and or cats being found strangled, and a police report will be made if there's a witness. But in a lot of these cases with strays, there is no witness. That's the unfortunate thing. So that's why we offer a reward, hoping that someone will come forward with any information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators.
Abandonment of pets is also on the rise in Singapore.
Yeah, these 3 were abandoned, and abandonment is a form of abuse, and it's against the law also. I mean, for abandonment, people can be fined up to $10,000, or they can be jailed up to 1 year, or both fine and imprisonment. I think in the last 2 to 3 years, we would have to say it's small domestic animals like chinchillas, rabbits especially. I think we took in close to 100 rabbits in January. Yes.
That's a lot, just for 1 month.
Yes, some of them might have been given up, but many others are found abandoned. Well, we have chinchillas, Sarah. We've got 5. Mm-hmm. These 2 in the cage here were given up before Chinese New Year because the people didn't have time to take care of them. The one that Angel's holding was actually found abandoned at Marine Parade Library.
She was actually abandoned at the Marine Parade Library. Mm-hmm. She was actually abandoned with another chinchilla, and by the time we came down to collect them, the partner actually passed away, maybe from heat stroke. Yeah, as you can see, Pixie's very small. Mm-hmm. You can compare.
She's a bit smaller for her age than the other chinchillas.
Yeah, maybe the owner wasn't aware of proper diet.
And she feels very small and bony underneath all her fur.
Yeah, she's skin and bones.
She's actually can you see her bones? So skinny. Abandoning a pet is a cruel act, but not knowing how to take care of your pet, leading to its neglect, is also a big problem. So who are we going to see right now?
We're going to see Cubby. Cubby's up for adoption. Cubby was actually one of our cruelty cases that we had investigated.
What happened to Cubby?
Actually, he was kept in a cupboard. The guy used to go out during the day, and he was worried that something would happen to the pup. So somebody had alerted us. So we actually persuaded him to, hand over the pup to us to find a home because, he wasn't home all day long and he had nowhere secure to keep the puppy. Yeah. The cupboard was only slightly ajar and it had a lock on it. It's quite frightening to see the photograph. I think this is, it's a form of, ignorance where the person was not aware that, it's actually wrong to keep an animal in a cupboard. If the cupboard is closed, I would imagine there's hardly any, but there were vents in the cupboard, but still it's totally unacceptable. Fortunately, somebody did report it to us and we were able to, take over Cubby.
Cubby, who is now 6 months old, is still at SPCA and is looking for a home. In the next clip, we find out more about the cases that SPCA are still currently investigating.